incredible. Incredible. This backhoe has been sitting here it's been sitting here over a year. All last winter, all summer. I just walked over, I turned the key and this thing fired right up. That's nuts. It's been sitting here for 12 months. That's unreal. I've never even, I came over here, I was gonna pull the battery out, get it going. What it is it needs a filter change and probably the hydraulic fluid, because we were running some used hydraulic fluid because it had a leaky cylinder, and I think it was a bad idea. It's thinking, you know. I mean, this machine's, it's a 80s model, but it's like new. We bought a brand new, and I don't think we used it for, basically brand new from the 80s. My dad wasn't a great operator, and he'd drive around with the door open. That's why that window's broken. But yeah, I would have never. Oh, that's amazing. It just fired up. Didn't even put a battery charger on it. Nothing. I was gonna pull the battery out. I assumed it was dead. You know. Like literally, I moved it here. Not this summer. The summer before. That's insane. Fire it up. Wow. Didn't fire it up like it was fired up like it never even sat here. That's insane. I thought I was gonna have to go through this. Like you can see like a vine growing on it. Like there's vines growing on this thing. Crazy. Anyway, yeah, Case backhoes. These 480s are as good as everybody says. That's why they sold about 6 zillion of them. It's a good little machine. The only problem with this machine is, like I said, it needs a good maintenance, you know. Needs a maintenance and a couple cylinders, a couple hoses, a couple cylinders. I mean, that's the problem, is hoses are so expensive. I wish I almost thought I'd invest in the stuff to just start making them. Like, you know, like see this hose right here. If I was to break this one, or there's $100 all day right there, 100, you know. But I'm thinking about, I'm gonna go through this thing. I always wanted to go through it, but you know, it's my dad's, and I never would have got the money back. You know, I couldn't use it like for, you know, serious stuff, you know. So what was the point of me putting $5,000 into it, you know? Nothing. And I want, you know, $5,000 to sit here. Stupid. But yeah, now that he's gone, I want to give her a good going through. Good machine. I'm the only one that's ever used this thing, really. Yeah, what they did is when they were in, when I was a little kid, my dad and my uncles had a business doing metal buildings, and they bought the forms, and they're actually going to start doing everything, you know, the metal, the foundation, and the buildings. They bought the forms, the backhoe, and they never used it. They never did. My old man bought half of it out of my Uncle Ron. After my Uncle Ron owned it for, you know, 20 years, and Dad owned it the last 20, and it really just basically just never got used a lot. I mean, look at the back of the bucket there. The only problem about it is it's 80s, so you still got to pull the old 3 levers and stuff like, you know, where most guys wouldn't even. Oh, that'd be like torture to some guys. Other than that, man, she digs. She works great. Yeah, you see the leak cylinder over here leak down. This leak. That leak down. See, that needs to get rebuilt. So that's why we were putting used hydraulic fluid in it, you know, like, we got a friend that has an excavate company, and he buys, you know, brand new machines, and they're, you know, every 3,000 hours on it or whatever. You're supposed to change all the fluids, and they do, whether, you know, they go by the book, you know. And we take the fluid off of them to put in our leaky shit, you know. This one, you know, it's all right. I don't mind doing it once in a while, just like topping it off or something, but this thing's just, it needs a filter. It needs a whole flush. The filter's changing, and the brakes are gone. I need to do the brakes. The brakes are on the floor. All right, no, man, listen to her. She purrs like a kitten. Got a Perkins engine in her. She actually, it's funny because it's always been like this too. it doesn't drain the battery at all sitting. But when I'm using it, the battery goes down. I've always noticed that. That's probably something in the generator or something like that, you know? Like it'll sit here forever like it just did, and battery won't go down. But then all of a sudden you start using it, and the battery dies up. So it ain't charging. But, I never really messed with it too much. I always started every time I needed to use it, so I never really messed with it. I mean, we went through and fixed up some stuff on it once when we first got it off Uncle Ron, you know. But, my dad was weird. He'd get something, he'd be all about it, and then all of a sudden he'd get something else, and then he'd care less about that thing. And that's how this was. When he first got this off Uncle Ron, we're buying every little OEM part to replace it, and then 2 years later he rips the door off, cracks that door, and he care less, you know. And I hate that. I hate that. That's why me and him never. We were good friends, but man, we never seen eye to eye. That's for sure. No, I'm glad. I'm gonna pull her out. Pull her up. Get her cleaned up. You can't change the fluid. Yeah, look at that. Look, you can tell that thing that's in there. Look at that bucket. It's in there here. Over here. What is it? Oh, the steering's leaking too. That's what it is. I gotta fix this. That's what it was. I actually just parked it because I didn't want. Parked it because I don't want to use. I didn't want to use it. I didn't want him to have me use it for something and blowing it up. You know, he was 85 years old and he was dying. He was, you know, at 85, you know, you're not too much for his world, so he could have cared less. You know what I mean? He was. That's why I stopped using it, though. That's right. And I actually kind of wanted to put it off to the side so he didn't have me run it with, you know, bad hydraulics. You know, just I'm gonna put the money into it and do it right. You know, fix it up right, like not a butcher, not a, you know, my old man's an old farmer. Them guys, if they can wrap it in baling twine and get it going, they do. You know, so it's me. I don't, you know, it's a nice machine, very nice. You know. Say I got a pool job or something, anything, you know. Just here it's paid for, runs. That's pretty simple. You know? One owner, and it's really never been used. One problem too is I did this. I didn't realize that oil can sticks down, and I hit it pretty bad a couple times. You know, pushing dirt bags and stuff, not realizing that. And then all of a sudden one day I was under there, I'm like, woo! I noticed that oil pan sticks down that low, and I was like, man, it's another reason I never liked that. So that was a learning experience. Yeah, when I looked under there, and I looked, excuse my language. When I looked under there and I saw that oil pan, I was thanking God. Like, man, oh, that would have been bad. I don't like to even work on this thing. Or they did. They did. They don't know more. But usually these are the old stupid lights where one ground goes out and the whole thing shuts down. Yeah, been sitting here a year. I didn't do nothing. I just turned the key. Over a year. See? Yeah, see, I hate this. I hate this. That's because it gets hot and these guys like to drive around with the cab door open like idiots. And yes, I said idiots. Because I think that's a fucking idiot. But that's, you know, whatever. That's an idiot. I don't do that kind of shit. I don't, you know, to me, I look at that as an idiot because I would never have done that, to be honest. So, I can call him a fucking idiot. But, whatever. Yeah, look at the tires. Still got fucking all original paint on them. Yeah, a couple years ago, we cleaned this thing really good up. Like I said, it needs that cylinder over there and that steering. Like I said, I stopped and the brakes. I gotta fix the brakes. You know, when you got, you know, I work full time. I own a business. Then it's like, you know, when he was farming, you know, I'd go to work every day and he'd be out here breaking equipment. So I didn't even know what I was coming home to every day, to be honest. And I mean, you know, a guy in his 80s ain't usually the greatest operator anymore either. So he broke a lot of stuff. So it's getting hard to keep up with, to be honest. But I mean, God rest his soul. I wish he was still here. Guy was my best friend, you know. But, anyway, thanks, Dad. Thanks for leaving in one piece. Anyhow, yeah, I'm gonna start working on this thing. So, anybody in Western Massachusetts needs somebody to dig a hole. I'll fucking dig a hole, plow. I'll plow your field, plow your fucking. I'll plow anything you want. Anybody needs anything plowed, let me know. I'll plow you right up to your back fucking door. I got fucking snow, anything, I'll plow it. Anyhow. Yeah, last time I drove it, both lights worked. But hey, that's crazy though. No, I literally, just before this video, I just walked over, turned the key. I figured the battery would be dead. I would have put money on it. I would have lost money. I would have lost money on that. Let alone, yeah, he just started up like I parked her yesterday. Crazy. Anyhow, buy a Case 480E.